Thank you, Congressman Whitman. And we'll move on now to Congressman Trent Kelly. Congressman Kelly has represented the 1st District of Mississippi since 2015. He serves on the House Armed Services Committee, serving as the chairman of the Sea Power and Projection Forces Subcommittee. Also sits on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, serving as the chairman of the Defense, Intelligence, and Overhead Architecture Subcommittee. Congressman Kelly has spent 37 years in the Mississippi Army National Guard as a combat engineer and is currently serving as a major general. He has also served in Iraq as a major and a lieutenant colonel and has received numerous awards for service. We're honored to have him with us today. Please welcome Congressman Kelly.
Well, listen, Senator Kaine and Rob Whitman both did such a great job of delivering. There's not a whole lot to say. Listen, we do need 2 carrier buys. We do need consistency for our industrial base. We do need to make sure that we're on the right timelines. You guys know, I don't have to tell you how important it is to have a steady workforce that has work ahead, that knows what they're going to be doing for both our suppliers and our builders. When that workforce goes away, you don't just retool it and spin it up 2 years later to build another carrier. You guys know that those skills atrophy, that what used to take a year now takes a year and a half or 18 months. So we have to have that consistency of making sure. And right now in the world, no nation will ever win and control the world if they don't control the shipping lanes. Most of our commerce comes via those shipping lanes from all around the world. And he or she who has the most powerful Navy will always own the seas. Every great empire that you've ever seen in the last 2-3 centuries has always been based off naval. And there is no projection power force that is capable of keeping those lanes open like a United States carrier strike group. That is power in its ultimate form. When you see those carrier strike groups, they can go anywhere. And they are very mobile, they're very powerful. They can provide both soft and hard power, depending on what the situation is, but just their mere presence says that the United States is here and that we will do whatever and conduct whatever business that we need to conduct. As recently as a couple of months ago, when the strike group with the Eisenhower, they were there. We can be all around the world. There's a reason that the Chinese are trying to catch up and build aircraft carriers, and they may pass us in numbers at some point. Whether they do or not doesn't matter, because as you guys know that build these things, and we talked a little bit about maintenance, building a carrier is the easy part, and it ain't easy. Building a carrier is the easy part, but maintaining and manning and keeping that powerful projection force afloat is a full-time job. So you can have 20 carriers, but if only one of them work. And so we build the best aircraft carriers in the world. There is none that rival. We have the best airplanes coming off of those. We have the best complement of undersea and above the sea and in space. And so the whole combination, but don't ever forget, the power projection force that comes off of that aircraft carrier is relevant today. It was relevant in World War II, and it will be relevant in the next 25 or 30 years. So I ask your continued support of Congress. Talk to my friends who are members who don't understand that we have to have that consistency, that you have to have that consistency to build on time, to know what you're building, and that the funding is going to be constant and continuous and not going to have stops because you can't rebuild workforce. And with that, I just thank you for taking care of the greatest Navy in the history of the world with our carriers. Thank you very much.